This is Jacob with DS Jacob Law Firm. I'm the senior partner of DS Jacob, and today I'm going to speak on the issue of the Fair Labor Standard Act, or what is commonly known as the FLSA. And the Fair Labor Standards Act, the FLSA, is a law that was passed by Congress in 1938, and this law is very important to business. It affects everybody in business that has more than a $500,000 revenue. And so this law is for contractors, it is a law for regular employees, part-time employees, and overtime pay, and so on. And so a violation of the FLSA is a very serious matter. The FLSA is a federal law, so these are filed in federal court, and they have very draconian punitive damages if you're found to have violated the Fair Labor Standards Act. So let's kind of go into this. The U.S. Department of Labor is who enforces the actual act, and you also have the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, which enforces provisions of certain workplace discrimination. But the FLSA discusses things like the work week, minimum wage, overtime exempt and non-exempt employees, equal pay, record keeping, and child labor. So with those things in mind, it's very important to understand that if you put somebody who you're saying is an independent contractor, which is a significant way of having deferment of taxes from the standpoint of the employee paying their own individual taxes as an independent contractor, or as an employee where the company actually matches taxes to a certain extent, and also Social Security and things of that nature. And so there's a significant value in having an independent contractor identity as far as for tax. However, if you are actually using an independent contractor as an employee, which there are many factors in determining that, you are in violation of the FLSA. And that could be a very significant problem. And that's one of the largest problems that I see with my clients here at DS Jacob is the independent contractor versus what is the employee and what the segregation is. And so once you get one of these lawsuits, there are certain things that are defenses to the FLSA claim, such as you're below $500,000. That one is obviously an affirmative defense from the FLSA. Another major issue with the FLSA is what is an overtime employee versus that of an exempt employee. An exempt employee is one that is using more of a professional service capacity, an executive, so on and so forth, versus that of an administrative employee that's answering phones, filings, things of that nature. And so one of the large issues under the FLSA is the miscategorization of a overtime employee versus that of a exempt employee. The exempt employee, of course, doesn't get overtime when they are salaried positions, and that of the overtime employee is an individual who receives an hourly pay rate. And so when you take into those factors, that's a huge issue under the FLSA because of overtime pay. And the FLSA, as I stated, is a significant factor. Those are probably the two largest aspects of FLSA lawsuits, is the independent contractor versus a employee, and then a overtime employee versus that of a exempt employee, one that's exempt from having overtime pay. Some of the other issues that you have also are that of child labor laws. That falls under the FLSA, and the amount of time that you can have somebody who's under the age of 18 working. So with those issues, those are the major issues that you would find under the FLSA is work hours, minimum wage, overtime, exempt and non-exempt employees, equal pay, record keeping, and child labor. So the last one that I'll discuss is record keeping. If you have employees and the employees are hourly employees, it is essential to keep accurate records for affirmative defenses if you are ever sued under the FLSA. It is a very important thing not to just have where you have a time card that an employee fills out that's never reviewed, but that you have an HR system in place that will actually review the amounts of hours that are worked, so that this way, and those records are obtained by HR or someone within your office, so that if there's ever a claim, you have affirmative defenses based off of the actual hours worked. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching this video. Once again, this is Jason Jacob with D.S. Jacob Law Firm. Have a great day.